I'm going to introduce you to an Italian that is talking about the Philippines. And he lives in the Philippines. He speaks full-blown Italian. And he has an English channel. But he's going to say here in Italian that I have an English channel, but I want to make my presentation also in Italian. One of the things is Europeans are wise enough to know that you got to know before you go. You go to YouTube not because you want to be entertained. You go to YouTube because you want information. When you look at a genre like the Philippine genre, travel in Mexico, travel in Brazil, maybe a camping trip to Yellowstone, maybe a canoe trip to the Boundary Waters, you're looking for information. You're attempting to gain some knowledge before you go. So it's know before you go. This Italian is going to help you to know before you go. Now, you're going to have to know some Italian, but that's essential. When you're an international traveler, you're liable to encounter anyone. So you've got to be prepared. You've got to be prepared. You can't just travel from one Hilton hotel to another, from one monolingual bubble to another. Know before you go.
In questo canale in italiano. Se non l'hai già fatto, iscriviti ai nostri canali, al nostro canale principale in inglese dove condividiamo tutta la nostra vita. Puoi vedere anche video con i sottotitoli in italiano, e iscriviti anche a questo canale se vuoi avere contenuti in italiano dove condivido la nostra vita qui nelle Filippine, ma condivido anche informazioni importanti se vuoi viaggiare o vuoi vivere nelle Filippine. Ok, partiamo subito con due cose essenziali che servono per entrare nelle Filippine. Il primo è avere un passaporto aggiornato con validità di almeno 6 mesi dal momento dell'entrata, quindi assicurati di avere un passaporto aggiornato e che non va in scadenza prima dei 6 mesi dal momento in cui entri. Quello è veramente importante, perché se esempio il passaporto ti va a scadere in 3 mesi non ti faranno entrare. Quindi prima cosa da ricordare, avere il passaporto aggiornato. Seconda cosa è avere un biglietto di uscita dal paese, quindi quando arriverai all'aeroporto di Manila o di Cebu presenterai ovviamente il tuo passaporto, il tuo Green Pass e un biglietto di uscita. Non necessariamente che attesti che tu te ne ritorni in Italia, può essere anche per la Thailandia, per la Malesia, per l'Indonesia, qualsiasi paese vicino alle Filippine, se invece vuoi stare per un lungo periodo o vuoi estendere il tuo visto. Quindi assicurati comunque, se sei un turista, se non hai la residenza o non hai un permesso permanente nelle Filippine, devi sempre fare un biglietto di uscita che attesti che te ne uscirai a un certo punto. Per tutti coloro quelli che vogliono stare un lungo periodo nelle Filippine o addirittura viverci, fate un biglietto soltanto che attesti che andate in un paese vicino. Normalmente i biglietti per il Vietnam o per Hong Kong costano veramente poco, quindi nel caso fate un biglietto che costa poco, guardate ovviamente nei siti di ricerca dei voli e prendete il più economico che trovate, almeno siete sicuri che all'immigrazione non vi daranno problemi. Per quanto riguarda l'estensione del visto turistico, si può estendere il visto turistico per 1, 2 o 6 mesi. Il primo mese che arrivi nelle Filippine è gratis, free visa, quindi non devi fare nulla, ti fanno entrare nel paese, hai una validità di 30 giorni che puoi stare nelle Filippine, dopodiché devi estendere il tuo visto. Dipende dagli uffici dove vai, ti possono far estendere il visto turistico in diversi modi. In alcuni uffici, in quelli principali, ti possono estendere il visto per 1 mese, 2 mesi o...
Now, of course, the standard monolingual argument is going to be, well, I don't understand Italian. I don't speak Italian and I don't have to. And I'm going to the Philippines and they speak English in the Philippines. But here's the problem. Every country that you go to has a nativist expectation. Just like people in the United States expect that everyone will speak English, people in the Philippines expect that everyone will speak at least one of their languages. People in Mexico expect that a person will speak Spanish. People in Brazil expect that a person will speak Portuguese. The French are ardent in their expectation that everyone speaks French. What I'm saying is that you cannot escape if you have nativist sentiments that says that everyone must be English monolingual. They have the same sentiments. They want you to do the work and they want to avoid it also. So someone has to do the work. Since only 5% of the American people hold passports, a person has to take this into consideration. What responsibilities does a passport holder and a quote-unquote diplomat, what responsibilities does a passport holder take with them? The responsibility that a passport holder and a diplomat has is that they know before they go. They are supposed to be Alexander von Humboldts. Do you think that von Humboldt just went to South America and just spoke German? No, von Humboldt saved the world at a critical point in time with guano when the fields were exhausted in Europe and the population was going into a Malthusian spiral. But von Humboldt was a serious student of the languages. And therefore, before the petroleum age, he managed to save the world because of his linguistic plasticity. So when you have a passport, you are responsible. You just can't come and say, well, I ate a taco, so therefore I'm respecting their culture. I didn't shoot any funny videos like Vitali, so therefore I'm respecting their culture. I didn't violate any of their crimes and norms, so therefore I respect their culture. No, you've got to have linguistic plasticity. If you meet this Italian guy somewhere in Manila and you're in deep trouble, and you still haven't acquired any of the native languages of the Philippines, and you need assistance, this Italian guy is going to be far more likely to help you than a Filipino. So when you can't speak to the German guy, you can't speak to the Italian guy, you can't speak to the French guy, you can't speak to any of these people. What is your expectation as a passport holder? As a passport holder, you take with you responsibilities. Every other passport holder in the world knows and understands that linguistic plasticity is part of their responsibility as a passport holder. That is something that American passport holders in the United States, completely ignore. Granted, the United States dominates the world, but that is domination of the world, not domination of all 9 billion individual minds. There's a difference. Know before you go.